Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our English Learning Podcast. I'm Emilia.
And I'm Mark. Great to have you here today.
So, here's a question for you. What time did you wake up this morning?
I woke up at 7 o'clock today, a bit early for me.
Well, today we're diving into one of the most practical topics for English learners, daily routines.
That's right. And here's what makes this episode special. We're not doing this alone.
We've invited three amazing guests to share their real daily routines with us.
You'll hear from Maria, a freelance graphic designer, David, an office manager, and Sophie, a university student.
Each of them will walk us through their day from morning to night.
And the best part? You'll learn tons of useful phrases that you can use immediately to describe your own routine.
We'll cover morning routines, work and school schedules, evening activities, and the big difference between weekdays and weekends.
Plus, at the end, we'll give you vocabulary explanations and a fun challenge.
So stick with us. By the end of this episode, you'll be able to describe your entire day in English with confidence.
But before we jump in, let's take a quick look back at our last episode.
Yes, last time we talked all about traveling and asking for directions, right, Mark?
Exactly. We practiced useful phrases like, "Excuse me, can you help me?" and "Where is the train station?"
And we even covered 7 common travel mistakes to avoid. Do you remember them?
We asked you to write your own travel directions in the comments, and wow, so many of you did. Thank you. We love reading them.
If you missed that episode, go back and check it out. It's full of phrases you can use right away when you travel.
And don't forget, if you like to read along, the full script of this episode is available as a free PDF download.
That's right. You'll find the link in the description or in the very first comment.
Okay, now let's get started with daily routines.
First up, we're talking about morning routines. This is where your day begins.
And mornings can be tough, right? Waking up, getting ready, rushing out the door.
But a good morning routine sets the tone for your whole day.
So let's hear how our first guest, Maria, starts her mornings.
Thanks, Mark. Joining me now is Maria, a freelance graphic designer. Maria, welcome to our show. We're thrilled to have you here.
Thanks for having me, Emilia. I'm happy to share my morning routine with everyone.
Perfect. Let's start at the very beginning. What time do you set your alarm for?
I try to wake up at 6:30 in the morning, but I have to be honest with you.
What do you mean? Be honest with us.
Well, I often hit the snooze button once or twice before I finally get out of bed.
Oh, the snooze button. We all do that. So hitting the snooze button means you delay the alarm, right?
Exactly. That snooze button is my weakness. But once I'm actually up, the first thing I do is make the bed.
You make your bed right away? That's impressive.
Yes, it's a small win that sets a good tone for the day. It makes me feel productive.
I love that. So making the bed means tidying it up, putting the sheets and blanket nicely. What do you do after that?
After I make the bed, I go to the bathroom. I take a shower, then I brush my teeth and wash my face.
So you take a shower in the morning? Is it a quick shower or a long one?
A quick one. I don't have much time in the morning, maybe 5 or 10 minutes.
That makes sense. And after your shower, you get dressed, right?
Yes, I get dressed in comfortable clothes. Since I work from home, I don't need to wear suits.
Lucky you. So getting dressed means putting your clothes on. What do you usually wear?
Usually jeans and a t-shirt, something comfortable for working at home. Perfect.
Now, let's talk about breakfast. What do you have for breakfast?
For breakfast, I usually just grab a bite to eat, maybe yogurt or a piece of fruit.
So you don't sit down for a big meal?
No, I don't have time. I just grab a bite while my coffee's brewing.
Ah, coffee, the most important part of breakfast.
Absolutely. I can't start my day without coffee.
So grabbing a bite to eat means eating something small and quick. Listeners, remember that phrase.
Yes, it's very casual and natural.
Maria, what time do you start work?
I usually start work at 8 o'clock. I just walk to my home office.
That's so convenient. No commute. Maria, thank you so much for sharing your morning routine.
My pleasure. It was fun talking about it.
Great. So, listeners, did you catch all those useful phrases? Let me recap quickly. Hit the snooze button, get out of bed, make the bed, take a shower, brush your teeth, wash your face, get dressed, and grab a bite to eat. Those are all essential morning phrases. Perfect. Maria, thanks again. Now let's go back to Mark for the next section.
Thanks, Emilia and Maria. That was really helpful.
Now, let's move on to daytime routines. This is when most people are at work or at school.
Right, and everyone's daytime routine is different depending on their job or studies. Our next guest is David. He's an office manager, so he has a very structured workday.
I'll be talking with David about his work routine. Let's hear what a typical workday looks like for him.
David, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Mark. I'm excited to be here.
Great. So, David, tell us, what time do you leave home in the morning?
I leave home at 8 o'clock. I need to get to the office by 9.
And how do you get to work? Do you drive or take public transport?
I take the train to work. It takes about 30 minutes.
So you take the train. That's a common way to commute. What do you do during the train ride?
Usually I check my emails on my phone or I read the news. Sometimes I just listen to music.
That sounds like a good use of time. So you arrive at the office at around 8:30?
Yes, about 8:30. I like to arrive a bit early to prepare for the day.
That's smart. What time do you start work officially?
I start work at 9 o'clock. The first thing I do is check my schedule for the day.
So you check your schedule. What does that mean exactly?
I look at my calendar to see what meetings I have and what tasks I need to complete.
I see. So checking your schedule means looking at what you need to do that day. What happens next?
Then I check my emails. I usually have about 20 or 30 emails to read and reply to.
Wow, that's a lot of emails. How long does that take?
About an hour. From 9 to 10, I'm usually just dealing with emails.
And after emails, what do you do?
After that, I have meetings. I usually have 2 or 3 meetings in the morning.
What are these meetings about?
We discuss projects, solve problems, and plan for the week. Sometimes we talk with clients, too.
Sounds busy. Now, let's talk about lunch. What time do you have lunch?
I have lunch at 1 o'clock. I have a 1-hour lunch break.
1 hour. That's nice. What do you usually do during your lunch break?
Sometimes I go to a restaurant near the office with my colleagues. Sometimes I bring lunch from home.
So you either eat out or you bring your own lunch. What do you usually bring?
Usually a sandwich or a salad, something simple and healthy.
Good choice. And after lunch, you go back to work.
Yes, I work from 2 o'clock until 6 o'clock in the evening.
What do you do in the afternoon?
In the afternoon, I work on projects. I make phone calls, I write reports, and I respond to more emails.
More emails. It never stops.
Never, but that's office life.
So what time do you finish work, David?
I finish work at 6 o'clock. Then I take the train home.
And what time do you get home?
I usually get home at 6:30 or 7 o'clock.
That's a long day, from 8 in the morning to 7 at night.
Yes, it is, but I enjoy my job, so it's okay.
That's great. David, thank you so much for sharing your workday routine with us.
You're welcome, Mark. Happy to help.
Listeners, let's recap the key phrases. Leave home, take the train, start work, check your schedule, check your emails, have meetings, have lunch, finish work, and get home.
Those are all very useful for talking about your workday.
Perfect. Thanks again, David. Now let's go to Emilia for the evening routine.
Thanks, Mark and David. That was really interesting.
Now we're moving to evening routines. This is the time when people relax after work or school.
Right. The evening is so important because it's when you unwind and prepare for the next day.
Our final guest is Sophie. She's a university student, so her routine is a bit different.
I'll be chatting with Sophie about what she does in the evening. Let's hear from her. Sophie, welcome to the show. We're so happy to have you here.
Thanks, Emilia. I'm excited to talk about my evening routine.
Perfect. So, Sophie, you're a university student. What time do you usually get home in the evening?
It depends on the day. Some days I finish classes at 3, other days at 5.
I see. So your schedule changes every day. What's the first thing you do when you get home?
The first thing I do is take off my shoes and my jacket. Then I change into comfortable clothes.
Yes, taking off your shoes feels so good after a long day. What kind of comfortable clothes do you put on?
Usually sweatpants and a hoodie, something cozy.
That sounds perfect. So after you change clothes, what do you do?
If I'm hungry, I have a snack. Maybe some fruit or biscuits.
A snack. That's a small meal between main meals, right?
Exactly. Just something to keep me going until dinner.
Good. Now, do you have any homework or studying to do?
Yes, I always have homework. I usually study for about 2 hours in the evening.
2 hours? That's a lot. What time do you start studying?
I start studying at around 4 or 5 o'clock, depending on when I get home.
And what do you do while you study? Do you listen to music?
Sometimes, but usually I need silence to concentrate.
That makes sense. Studying requires focus. What time do you have dinner?
I have dinner at about 7:30. I usually cook dinner with my flatmate.
Oh, you cook with your flatmate. That sounds fun. What do you usually cook?
We make simple things like pasta, rice dishes, or sometimes we make a stir fry.
Yum. So you cook dinner together. Do you also eat together?
Yes, we sit at the table and talk about our day. It's a nice time to relax.
That's lovely. Eating together is a great way to connect. What do you do after dinner?
After dinner, we wash the dishes together. Then I have free time.
Free time. Finally. How do you spend your free time in the evening?
It depends. Sometimes I watch Netflix or YouTube. Sometimes I video call my family or friends.
So you watch TV shows or you call your family. That sounds relaxing. Do you use social media?
Oh yes, I spend some time on Instagram and TikTok.
Of course, everyone does. What time do you usually go to bed?
I try to go to bed at 11 o'clock, but sometimes I stay up until midnight.
Late nights. That's normal for students. What do you do before bed?
Before bed, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, and I put on my pajamas. Then I set my alarm for the next day.
Setting your alarm. That's important. What time do you set it for?
Usually 7:30. I need to wake up early for my morning classes.
Do you read before you sleep?
Sometimes, if I'm not too tired, I read for 10 or 15 minutes. It helps me relax.
That's a great habit. Reading before bed is very calming. Sophie, thank you so much for sharing your evening routine.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Listeners, let's recap. Take off your shoes, change clothes, have a snack, do homework, cook dinner, wash the dishes, watch TV, video call friends, go to bed, brush your teeth, and set your alarm.
All essential phrases for evening activities.
Perfect. Thanks again, Sophie. Now let's go back to Mark.
Thanks, Emilia and Sophie. We've heard about mornings, daytime, and evenings.
But there's one more important thing we need to talk about.
Yes, the difference between weekdays and weekends.
That's right. Our routines are usually very different on weekends.
So let's discuss this together, Emilia.
Okay, Mark, let's talk about weekdays versus weekends. Are your routines different?
Oh yes, very different. On weekdays, I wake up early, but on weekends, I wake up late.
How late do you wake up on weekends?
On Saturday and Sunday, I usually wake up at 9 or 10 o'clock, sometimes even later.
That's much later than weekends. I do the same thing. On weekdays, I wake up at 6:30, but on weekends, I wake up at 9.
It feels so good to sleep in on weekends.
Sleeping in means waking up later than usual. It's wonderful. What else is different on weekends?
Well, on weekdays, I have to go to work, but on weekends, I have free time. I can do whatever I want.
Exactly. On weekends, we don't have to rush. We can relax and enjoy our time.
So, what do you usually do on Saturday mornings, Emilia?
On Saturday mornings, I usually go shopping. I buy groceries for the week.
Me too. I go to the supermarket on Saturday mornings. It's always so crowded.
Yes, everyone goes shopping on Saturday. What do you do on Saturday afternoons?
On Saturday afternoons, I sometimes meet my friends. We go for coffee or we go to the cinema.
That sounds nice. I usually do housework on Saturday afternoons. I clean my apartment, I do laundry, and I tidy up.
Housework! Not as fun as going to the cinema.
No, but it's necessary. What about Saturday evenings?
On Saturday evenings, I usually go out, maybe to a restaurant or to a party.
Same here. Saturday evening is for having fun. And what about Sundays?
Sundays are my lazy days. I stay at home and relax.
Me too. Sunday is for resting. What do you do on Sunday?
I usually watch TV, read a book, or just lie on the sofa. Sometimes I cook a nice meal.
That sounds perfect. Sundays are for recharging before the new week starts.
Exactly. On Sunday evening, I prepare for Monday. I check my schedule, I iron my clothes, and I go to bed early.
Yes, Sunday evening is about getting ready for the week ahead.
So, listeners, remember these phrases on weekdays versus on weekends. Wake up early versus wake up late. Go to work versus have free time.
Go shopping, do housework, meet friends, go out, stay at home, and relax.
Perfect. Now let's recap everything we've learned today.
Wow, we've covered so much today. Let's do a quick recap.
First, we talked about morning routines with Maria.
We learned phrases like wake up, hit the snooze button, get out of bed, make the bed, take a shower, brush your teeth, wash your face, get dressed, have breakfast, and grab a bite to eat.
Then we talked about daytime routines with David.
We learned phrases like leave home, take the train, start work, check your schedule, have meetings, have lunch, finish work, and get home.
Then we talked about evening routines with Sophie.
We learned phrases like take off your shoes, change clothes, have a snack, do homework, cook dinner, wash the dishes, watch TV, go to bed, and set your alarm.
And finally, we discussed weekdays versus weekends.
We learned that our routines are different on weekends. We wake up late, we have free time, we go shopping, we meet friends, and we relax.
That's a lot of useful phrases.
And now it's time for our vocabulary section.
Hey, Emilia, I'll mention each vocabulary and you have to explain. Ready?
Sounds fun. I'm ready.
Let's start with wake up.
Wake up means to stop sleeping and open your eyes. For example, I wake up at 7 o'clock every morning. When your alarm rings, it's time to wake up. It's the moment you become conscious after sleeping.
The next is get up or get out of bed.
Get up means to leave your bed and stand up. For example, after I wake up, I get out of bed and start my day. Some people wake up at 7, but they don't get up until 7:30 because they stay in bed.
Good. Next is routine.
Routine means the things you do regularly every day or every week. For example, my morning routine includes brushing my teeth and having coffee. A routine is like a pattern or habit that you follow. Having a good routine helps you stay organized.
The next is have breakfast, have lunch, have dinner.
These mean to eat your meals. Have breakfast means to eat your morning meal. Have lunch means to eat your afternoon meal. Have dinner means to eat your evening meal. For example, I have breakfast at 8, I have lunch at 1, and I have dinner at 7. We use have, not eat, with these meals.
Perfect. Next is commute.
Commute means to travel from your home to your work or school. For example, my commute takes 30 minutes by train. Some people have a long commute, like 1 hour or more. Some people commute by car, by bus, or by train.
Great. Next is free time.
Free time means time when you don't have work or responsibilities. You can do whatever you want. For example, in my free time, I watch movies or meet friends. Free time is important for relaxation and hobbies.
Excellent. And the last one is weekday and weekend.
Weekday means Monday to Friday, the days when most people work or go to school. Weekend means Saturday and Sunday, the days when most people don't work. For example, I'm busy on weekdays, but I relax on weekends. Many people look forward to the weekend.
Wonderful. Those are our key words for today.
And now we have a challenge for you.
Yes, here's your homework.
Write about your daily routine in the comments. Tell us what time you wake up, what you have for breakfast, and what time you go to work or school.
And tell us what you do in the evening. What time do you go to bed? How is your weekend different from your weekday?
Use the phrases we learned today. We want to read about your routines.
Try to write at least 5 sentences. For example, I wake up at 7. I have breakfast at 8. I start work at 9.
And don't worry if you make mistakes. We're here to help you.
Making mistakes is part of learning. every mistake helps you improve.
Okay, everyone, that's all for today's episode.
We hope you enjoyed meeting Maria, David, and Sophie.
If you liked this episode, please hit the like button.
And subscribe to our channel. It really helps us.
Share this with your friends who are learning English.
We want to help as many people as possible.
And now, a little secret about the next episode.
Next time, we'll talk about hotels.
Yes, we'll teach you how to book a room, check in, check out, and ask about amenities.
You'll learn phrases like, I'd like to make a reservation, and do you have a room available?
It's perfect for when you travel. You'll feel confident staying at any hotel.
So don't miss it. It's going to be super useful.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Happy learning.
And remember, having a good routine helps you stay organized and productive.
Try to create a routine that works for you. Wake up at the same time, eat regular meals, and get enough sleep.
Your routine is your foundation for a successful day.
See you in the next episode. Take care.
Goodbye, everyone. Keep practicing your English every day.